How's everything going? It's Sacred Sunday. For some, it's Sacrifice Sunday. Collective. What do we have here? And also I think every 2 that I need to see divine to what needs to be seen, what needs to be known. To me, or my spirit. Or energy or energies. I see a lot of combative energy for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason, but let's just say this. For every action, there's a reaction and consequences that are unavoidable. So I do see that some of these weirdos, whatever we simply dispose of energy doesn't work. Because your intentions are not honorable. You still have malicious and nefarious hidden agendas, or you think that they're hidden. You know. You cannot project your karma or judgment onto those. who attacked. It doesn't make any sense. So, you've got people out there that want you to be crazy. Put it this way, they're trying to do spell work to facilitate all the narratives, false narratives that they've been pushing regarding your character. Again, your biggest haters are your family members. And the funny thing is, considering everybody picked their own contract before they came into this realm, now you want to flip-flop. But you chose what you chose, so accept what you chose. You've got people out here trying to instigate others into forfeiting their path out of sheer jealousy and their own self-hatred for whatever reason. They're all acting out of their own childhood wounds, and it's really funny because some of these individuals are not only prehistoric, they're old as shit. And not only that, they are the orchestrators of the collective childhood trauma. So it's just the same as like hurt people. It still doesn't make it right. It still doesn't justify it. So because whatever they endured in their childhood, they feel they have the right to do that to others. You don't. So into the karmic parents that for whatever diabolical reasons, they allowed and facilitated and hid the abuse of the black sheep. The same ones that they scapegoated for a lifetime. And it's really funny because they already got the same people that they partnered up with. Some of you was the same individuals that then sacrificed the individual they was with. So your parents was married to these individuals. So it was never, there was no purity in it. It was a contract that they took, signed, sealed, and delivered, took an oath on it, and they carried it out. This is a curse that I see has been going on for centuries. Yeah. And a lot of the family members and extended family members are fully aware. But they chose to turn a blind eye. You will pay for that deed as well. So for some of you, your own karmic parents were the catalyst, and then whatever parental figure was left standing followed on the demonic tradition. But now I see that these family members and the sacrifice that they took out conveniently want to assist on the other side. That's really simple to wrap your mind around. It is what it is. What's immediately what I told you. Yeah. Eight of Cups is a collaboration. That was Three of Pentacles. Unsuccessful. So someone now wants to wave the white flag. So there's a death to either a situation, organization, and collaboration groups built on faulty grounds or faulty foundations. So this was an emperor who thought he was the boss. Or maybe this is the individual who had some type of hand in or ranking in some type of organization. That project out illusions of being something that they clearly are not. Or to attack a high priestess. So, I sense that these people came together in this collaboration. This is what they do. Other than that, they don't really like each other. They just pretend to. So they come together purely for one reason and one reason only. Some form of gain. Not just money, status, material items, but people's gifts. These people may have had their own gifts, they just greedy, they just wanted more. Or they didn't like the gifts they was given. So this is clearly why this high priestess was placed, could be male or female, in these families. Was to shed light on all of this, but only to break the curse. That was accomplished as hard as it was. But I also sense that I see that once they realized that they couldn't take you out spiritually, they deliberately affected things in your physical environment. Yeah. They wanted your world flipped upside down. For some of you, at some point in your life, your world kind of was flipped upside down. But I just seen it as the Creator only allowed it purely to teach you. I know that sounds nuts. But what you've experienced and what you've gained in the best way possible is shaped and molded you into being fortified. Now, if you understand, you understand. If you don't, it is what it is. What I will say is, so now you have a whole new perspective of the world and people in it. People you should be able to trust. Don't trust no one you but yourself. No matter how they make it look. They're not, some individuals are not all like that, I'm saying, but the ones you grew up around? Absolutely not. And for the most of it, I think you have got a lot of ties. It was revealed to you all that was unseen. Very heinous. I think it goes beyond diabolical. Like these individuals was hell-bent on succeeding the outcome they desired, not realizing that they have no authority. And it's taken for them to start experiencing their own and they still don't want to accept it. But it is what it is. There's no escape. This is why they're trying to, some of them, they're trying to force their way, creep their way, kiss ass their way back into some type of connection. Again, it's built on faulty grounds. Seriously, it's fake. These are very good, skilled actors. They've mastered the art of deception. It's like they're living in a world of their own delusion. But some of them, if you are around these people, you need to get away from them. Because you'll notice if you stay around these energies for too long, you kind of start to feel a little shift. Whether that be is you're not feeling yourself, you may feel drained, you may start to feel unwell, you may start to feel pain in different parts of your body that you never had an issue before. That's a warning sign. Some of you may have been experiencing like migraines, pains behind your eyes and your temple, like a blinding pain that was very sensitive to light. That was magic. So this explains why they all work together to beat you down, tear you down, make you feel less than. They essentially try to make you feel worthless because that's how they truly feel. But that's neither here nor there. It still doesn't excuse the fact of their actions. Yeah. Oh my dear. So now all these words came out in reverse. This means telling me that their lies have been exposed. They're bound to all the deceit and deception they've been doing. They are tied up. All their collaborations are being exposed. And there was multiple. The list is endless. But for some of them, it's literally been a lifetime. Sorry about that. It's literally been a lifetime. 5 and 10 for some of these energies that are very low in frequency. This is why it's easy where that sometimes you can say why is it keep encountering the same types of individuals? Because they stalk. These are energies that you could say they body jump. You may have noticed that one minute that individual will be okay, but then after a period of time, they just change out of nowhere. At first, it kind of blindsided you. You're thinking, where did this come from? Is this like a Jekyll and Hyde, but worse? There was no middle ground. They just went from being okay to just being completely unhinged. Some of it was a tactic to kind of put you in fear. Some of it was a tactic to bully you into submission. Hmm. But yeah, shit's hit the fan. It's still in denial though. Yeah, they tried to take your strength. The strength is in the reverse. So it's literally like they tried to take your strength, take your spiritual strength, and swap it out with their weakness. Because anybody that can do this, I don't care what you say, they're weak. They may look strong on the outside, but inside they're a mouse. Clearly, because this is the action, this is the result of it. So yeah, they try to take your strength, but they did it in a very manipulative, deceitful, malicious way. I get a lot of projection and reverse psychology. And for some of you, they were happy doing this. Yeah, they got a buzz out of it. They was happy doing it. For some of you, they even celebrated this behind your back, like. You're not going to believe this. Why is the flux on both decks? How is that possible? Same thing again. They want to take your strength, make you weak, break your heart. That was the ultimate aim. Because then when you stay with a broken heart, that lowers your frequency. So that means any manipulation, any spell that's sent to you will attach to you because you're vibrating on that lower frequency. Now there was a time that probably was working, and for these people, it was heaven on earth. It's like they bathed in it. Behind your back. But if you was to ever encounter or be around these energies, they would falsely act like they cared or they was concerned until you realized that they were the ones behind it. So they thought by continuing to keep you in heartbreak, sabotaging all relationships, even sabotaging friends, people you communicate with, people you work around, any plans you had. Of course, I have to be these people because who else would you be telling anything to? The same people you thought you could trust. Not realizing they was your biggest enemies, yeah. They were determined to stop your forward movement, but they failed. You're just still moving forward. So now, they wanted to bring a death to everything in your life, which is now on them. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. You just might get it. You just might get it. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. It is what you wish for because the energy is. But you know what? This level of jealousy collector should be a criminal offense. I'm telling you. 6 if you see 66 upside down, it would be 999. They didn't like the fact that no matter what they did, you always pulled through. You always moved on to calmer waters in some way, shape, or form. But if you noticed, yeah, if you can think back in your memory, because for a lot of you, they did magic on you, even causing you to block certain memories or make you forget certain experiences, all the heinous things they did to you. Um, you got to think every time you got through a situation and you was doing good, the same people you were sharing that information to, they was the ones against you. They was the ones opposing you, not to your face, but behind your back. Hmm. Also, when these people receive any type of misfortune or bad luck, that's the only time they wanted you around. So think about it, they just wanted your good energy. For some of you, they knew you had healing energy. Because for some of you, they made it their mission to seduce anybody that you was in a relationship with, whether you were still with that person or whether you've broken up from that person. Hmm. This is how desperate they was to not only be you, to taste your essence. Again, out of sheer jealousy and bitterness, I get a strong sense of bitterness that they like to project onto the target and fabricate scenarios where you're the villain and they're the victim. So everything they did to you, they portray that you did that to them with no facts. So the people that saw this, see you experiencing this, probably wasn't too sure for whatever reasons. So a lot of these people may have listened to the same monsters that was attacking you. And at some stage in life, whether they was bribed or persuaded with some money to try and help gain some type of information off you, which they would then twist or use these individuals to further manipulate and tear you down to nothing. Again, you saw through it and kept it moving. I think you may have been resentful for a little period of time, but then you learn to release it and let it go. Because we all know what happens when you hold on to bitterness, hatefulness, and resentment. Resentment will actually make you physically sick, as well as leave you in like a mental prison. And that's what they wanted for you. They wanted you to lose your mind. Again, because that's the narrative that they've been spreading. In actual fact, these individuals are the perfect example of off their rocker. For some of you, some of these individuals have earned some type of mental health or mental instability that they're trying to hide. Mm-hmm. That's karma. Or because they wanted to be seen as the Ace of Pentacles. But that wasn't what they was destined for. And they didn't like that. Again, they chose their contract before they was brought into this realm. So, but you collective would always speak up. But the more you spoke up, is the more you was combated. It's like they all ganged up to try and make you feel as though what you're actually seeing and experiencing isn't that. It's just like when you continue to abuse somebody you do it to the extent where they normalize the abuse. And they do that again, they do that to avoid any type of accountability or karma. Some of you had people working overtime. Even the relationship you was in, you was actually in bed with the devil. Some of these ex-partners were actual warlocks. They are actual warlocks. They wanted your essence to, how can I say, to turn the Jezebelian Lilith spirit into a upright temperance energy. Ain't that mad? That's like saying you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. But they love the hoes though. They love the hoes. But the hoes know their place. The hoes don't mind you not evolving or doing good in life. But they will facilitate all your demonic and devilish ways. And your secrets too. Because we know they got a lot of secrets. A lot of secrets. Yeah, you know there's going to be a positive, eventual positive outcome for your best interest. Because you know who you are. So whatever contract these individuals took back by some of you got a sibling as at SRUT. Who's been that? Have you noticed they've gone like through a whole family as well as seducing your partners or your exes? You did it with your own family. But some of you even incest is involved. Those that know. A lot of you are awakening to these people because you're seeing the pattern. You're seeing the pattern of their behavior consistently. And then you can reflect back on previous years where they did exactly the same. Except maybe then it wasn't really an issue. So that would tell you that these people have never changed. They just got better at masking their true colors and their true intent and who they truly are. You're getting good news. For some of you, this is what they've been trying to block. So they've gone above and beyond. Clearly, this is why they whether it's through the family phone or they contacted certain organizations to assist them. Because obviously there are doors that they can't reach. Do you understand? Numbers they would never obtain to other individuals of a higher stature. So clearly, you had to have an alliance in order to facilitate this. So I sense that either they was recruited or they did the recruiting. Nice work. And considering all they obtained, what have they really got to show for it? For example, this is the truth. Yeah, their wishes aren't being fulfilled. They wasn't able to dampen your dreams and aspirations. They wasn't able to steal your wishes. So at this point, shit changes. You may not feel that. You definitely don't feel the same way as you thought you feel. So things you may have wanted to obtain back then, you have a different perspective now. You see, you're aiming for different things that these individuals have no access to. This is why they've been believing or assuming that they can contact people that they think you're in contact with. And they got nothing. And I think that pissed them off. So they would just assume or make shit up. Possibly that's when the hacking started, or they've always hacked you, but they just didn't think you was going anywhere. Yeah. And kind of since they took your silence as a weakness, for whatever reason, so let them think what they want. But it wasn't able to stop your forward movement or your new ventures. You moved accordingly and consistently. So it is what it is. They're unable to take any movements towards you. They can't anyway. Number one, they feel ashamed. And I said that they probably even tried to send other people towards you. Maybe to further facilitate the false narrative that they've been spreading about you. But in actual fact, when you really look at it, that's who they truly are, inside and out. As soon as you know, it's like they can't even hide it anymore. Because they're constantly work. Oh damn. Yeah, they can no longer delay you from anything. That's what they try to do. What worked in the past isn't working no more. Yeah. Because you put your foot down. Unlike these people who stand on your word. These people just lie. They just lie and feed out illusions. Yeah. Not even regretting the actions they took. They feel justified, which is mad. Yeah, they couldn't have any imbalance. So by you staying balanced, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to be imbalanced. It was only balanced because they was out here spreading, stealing your energy, siphoning your energy through other people. So, like I said, once you had partners, they either bribed this person or coerced the person, however it's way it went, to obtain your energy from these individuals. Some of these people didn't even put up a fight. They was easily led, I'm getting, because they was moving with their ego, yeah. Now they're out there fighting each other. But they wanted you fighting with people. This is why they spread this false narrative at you, so people could be very dismissive of you or combative towards you for no reason other than the slander that they was told. And I always say to people, be careful of the gossip you listen to. So these people clearly, that's how they truly feel. Because if they wanted to get a second opinion, they had every chance to, but they chose not to. So they wanted to believe the false narrative. But yet, though, they want to oppose the truth. But you don't want to see proof of lies. But you want to see proof of true intentions and how someone truly is. That doesn't make any sense. So clearly, the problem lies with you people. Now everything's backfired. Yeah. Again, then I have to experience all the deeds they did to you. That's basically like saying all the energy that they poured out, whether it be spell work, lies, slander, is come back to them. And it's staying with them. Because it came from them. They never expected this. They're not even remorseful for what they did. They're all trying to have some type of pity party. Crying. Angrily crying. Because they have to face the consequences of their actions. There's no one for them to offload it onto. This is why I say you can't help anybody. Even I've had to learn the hard way from that one. So it's like their days of setting people up. Yeah. And the swords is over. It's funny how these people love to run up and down spreading slander, but then they don't want the victim or the target to speak their truth. That doesn't make any sense. You think? Yeah. They don't want you to have any love. Again, Two of Pentacles. So clearly he was trying to keep you or have you at imbalance in every aspect of your life. That didn't work. So clearly you're strong, you're powerful, you're divinely protected. Fiercely protected. Let me just say that. They want to be seen as the Ten of Pentacles. But how could they be the Ten of Pentacles when they're a low frequency? You have to be high frequency to obtain and maintain things. This is why these people will target people of high frequency. Do you understand? So they can swap out the energies. But they was doing fine when he was doing it, when you was on the receiving end of it. It was all fun and well. But now these individuals are sitting in the energy that they resonate on, they don't like it. It doesn't fit the false image they've been portraying. Yeah. They didn't want you to have any love. They didn't even want people to show you any love. They don't have any love. So that just tells me they don't want you to have any kind of love and relationship. But some of you, they turn lovers against you. Again with lies. But do I see it is if the lovers believe that they're more through them? It is what it is. These people is like they wanted to bring you to your knees for whatever reason. You need to obtain something that was destined for you. So they took everything materially from you, but they couldn't take it spiritually. Doesn't matter how many destiny swaps you people try, it will always fall by the wayside, clearly. You'll continue to be successful and achieve all your goals, all your dreams. And these people are just, again, sitting in the shadows, stalking, lurking, and watching. Believing that they can steal that Ace of Cups away from you. I don't think so. Some of the people now want to act like they're in support. They're not. That's absolutely yes, you're there. Notice how this one fell on the floor. Because you know exactly who these people are. You know exactly who these people are. And there's no hiding it. Yeah, maybe in the past it was taking some type of demonic swift action towards you. That's only because of whatever you were sharing. People you was around, they was literally doing some diabolical, dirty acts to take you down. Others, so they was paying the highest bid. Making bets on your life. Oh my dear. Making bets on your life. Writing checks they cannot cash. Writing checks they cannot cash. Ace of Wands again. they was unable to stop your ideas. For some of you, they was trying to steal your creativity or siphon it in some way, shape, or form. Again, I feel a strong pull on karmic siblings, even family members, even family figures. A whole network of them, even strangers too. That for whatever shape or form, it's like you mirror what people are lacking, not intentionally, just by being yourself. So that just clearly shows that a lot of people are just fake. Faking a lifestyle, faking a character, pretending to be something that they're not. And you can only do that for a certain amount of time, but for people like myself, we've always been the same. Just more of a improved version, I would say. Once you've done the healing and learned the lessons and sharpened your discernment and actually utilize the gifts you were born with. And these are all the things that they didn't want you to awaken to for whatever reason. I bet you wish I never woke up. I know you do. For some of you, these people was just flat trying to take you out. Mm. Blatantly trying to take you out. There was no secret on that one. But now shit's out in the open. No, everybody's trying to act like, no, I would never do that. You did. And you know it, and we know it. We still receive a lining, so we're no fool. It's not up to us to dictate to you how you feel about an individual. We've got nothing to prove and nothing to apologize for. We don't like the fact of we stand on our word. We mean what we say and we say what we mean. This is how you know it's these kind of individuals. They just relentlessly do the same things over and over again. Just because it may have worked in the past. This is why these people are just trying to work hard at trying to lower your frequency in any way, shape, or form. To have you back in that, I would say, vulnerable state. For some of you, it was heavy abuse you went through. Physical too. A lot of physical, spiritual, mentally, sexually. It is what it is. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. And what did they get? Nothing. Because the good news is, it's still alive and well. Funny how the two nights are side by side. So maybe before they was like doing it like every so often, or once they perceived or assumed things was wearing off, or you was waking up or changing for the better, they would attack again. It's like they wanted to keep you in a certain position. Mm. Yeah, it's like they were triangulating information, so possibly they was stalking you. Yeah, this is a lot of individuals collaborating, even getting people to pursue you falsely. And it was all under false pretenses. There was nothing genuine, or they never had no good intent. So you stood on business, you got in your Queen of Swords, your King of Swords energy, sorry. So that could be masculine, could be feminine. Some of the feminine have to get King of Swords. Some people don't know when to take a seat and know their position and know their place. Regardless of why people position in every walk of life, yeah, they still do not receive the Ace of Cups. It is still yours. They ain't gonna get it. Because they didn't earn it, they don't deserve it, and they want to use it for devilish means. Yeah, you stood your ground. They didn't expect you to respond the way you did. This is funny. Kill it with kindness. We forgive it, we don't forget. And we also don't let the bullshit you did and still trying to do affect us going forward. Because that's what you want. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of projection. They're trying to project what they're going through and how they feel onto individuals that don't even resonate with it. So you can tell this is a bunch of low vibrational demonic bullies, extreme bullies. They hate that you have empress status. They don't like that. So also when you upgrade this, you want some type of spiritual level up because you've earned it. So outside of the bullshit that they're trying to spread or illusions they're trying to fabricate, the ones that need to see and the ones that need to know, they know. This is why things played out the way it did. So you kind of accept it at some point, but still, we don't care. Let me see what my tag deck has to say. Right here. They need to buckle up because it's going down. Well, it's about to go down. Bit colder there. And the thing about it is, no one they're projecting is negativity or send this type of spell work. Again, the only people that it's going to affect is people that are actually vibrating on that frequency. But these people have been trying to, have been not trying to, they have been faking it for a long time. Why does it have to be you? Clearly, just from your actions and your soulless vessel, the divine and your ancestors chose wisely. They knew well. You're a prime example of your behavior now. It's just confirming why they made the choices they made. Yeah. This is upside down again, so this has a, like I said, I always put these cards in the right position. So for this to be upside down, this tells me this is how they wanted you to be seen. So it's going back to them. So whoever's responsible for that energy, that's exactly how you're looking. Hand drawn in water. That's what you get for trying to be judge, story, and execution in someone else's life. It's a one step. Like, what's going on? You tried upside down, man. Again, so this is relating to forward movement. A new beginning. You're already in it. How about that? Definitely couldn't take away. So, because you can see beyond the illusions. Yeah, this is their judgment. So if they want to talk for themselves, they continue stalking and watching you. So do it. At the same time they're watching you connected, they need to like know being watched. Some of you, they're being investigated. They never should. Ooh. They're only watching to see if their shit's working. So that tells me because you're staying in that cool, calm, and collected frequency, all bets are off. Mm. You defended yourself in the right way. They didn't realize you had it in you. Some of you, they've just been lurking on your pages and just mimicking you. And making themselves out of you. Look, I'll just drop on the floor. Yeah. Because you're stable. It's literally like you're riding the wave of success. You're riding the wave of this new frequency effortlessly. They don't like that. Because then it goes against all the lies they've been spreading. For some of you, you're about to become aware of how far these individuals went. They went diabolical far. Let's just say that. So they're not happy because the Three of Cups is in reverse. So that tells me they either didn't want you to be happy or they wanted your happiness because they're miserable. But when you think about it, collective happiness is a mindset. It's a choice, but they choose not to. They believe that by doing the diabolical things they did to you and stealing what they did from you, that would bring them some level of happiness. It maybe did for a little bit of time, but then the minute they saw it had no effect on you, they went straight back to being miserable and diabolical. With whatever material needs they had, that they stolen and forged and impersonated and lied. Yeah. You ain't Queen of Swords on that ass. Collective. These people never banked on your inner strength. You have a warrior spirit. Not only that, you have a lot of ancestral backing. So you've got ancestors in the other realms. You've got spiritual deities that protect you. Some serious heavy hitters. You took the right approach. It's like you lead people the right way or you lead people into the light. It's like your energy has a very warming, subtle way. And because of its purity, I think that's what people have a misconception of, which is weird. Maybe they're not used to people being so genuine. Again, that just clearly states how fake people are, fake and phony. I mean, it was okay once they was fooling people. It's like their ego got stroked when it was fooling people, even fooling you at some point. But then the minute you tapped in, it was a wrap. So we have a Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is a very vindictive, seductive, lustful tramp. I don't know why that came out, tramp. Yeah. This woman got Trump energy. Sorry, this lady is a Trump. But somebody that materializes as people in your own bloodline, that still doesn't make you family. Let's just make that clear. So, this could even be a parental figure. It can still be a man, either way. However, which way it fits or it resonates, it is what it is. Yeah, very nasty. Someone who likes to, how can I say? It's like they lure people in, and then it's only when it's in too deep that this trap reveals her true colors or her mask slips, his or her mask slips. And by then, she may have put some type of, she must have bound you or put some type of binding on you. So it's clearly like an entrapment. They trap you into things to make it seem as though, or to perceive the illusion of there's no escape. And it's only when you're in too deep that their true colors are revealed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are individuals that are very deceitful. They're just pissed the fact of you're speaking or people are speaking on these Decepticons, these Transformers. It's just like when people transform for the camera. These people transform to facilitate the narrative that they've been trying to push. By luring you into engaging in lower frequency activities. Or a kind of sense like leading you into a false sense of security. Then you might divulge something that you may not necessarily would have divulged. And then they got you. And let's be clear, they love to blackmail. Ooh. So yeah, these are very, you could say, well-paid actors. Well-paid actors that really play the part. It's like they go above and beyond to make you believe a false perception of them. So once they see something works, yeah, they will continue to do that bullshit. Mm-hmm. It's like these people are trying to plant seeds into other people's imagination, and then once they had you doubting something, they would then do some type of energy manipulation. So if you app or drop with these people, I guarantee you, they put something in it. Because all it takes is for them to make you doubt something or question something that you might have been sure of before. They got you. And then they continue to just pile it on. I think they pile it on energetically until they make you think that it's you thinking and feeling like that. And it's not. It's the energy that they're projecting. You just didn't realize it. Do you understand? Once you're aware of these things, they don't have no power. This is why they're weak and they're cowards. Because if you're genuine, then you wouldn't have to do magic, do dark magic or dark projections to manipulate people just to believe your falsities. You understand? You stand on business authentically, and these people are not. Again, all these cards are not. I mean, the other pattern, someone's come out, yeah. This is the Emperor in reverse. So again, so this is someone faking divinity. I've been seeing a lot of that as well, actually. Maybe even faking posts, like just to like rule you in. And it's all an illusion. Because these are the kind of individuals, because they serve their money, everything's done. The same people that they manage to sway their mind and make people believe the fake projection that they've been pushing onto you energetically. Just little things like conversation. You've got to remember that's still word ritual. They're using it to their advantage because they know things that maybe others may not be aware of. But it's all done intentionally. These are individuals that are quick to say, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So we're trying to stop my throat chakra. Take a seat. You're going to hurt yourself. So yeah, this could be anybody. This could be females in this energy. These are very dark individuals. Some of people even hide behind churches, other spiritual businesses that gives it a front like there of sweetness and light. They're not that. That's just a guise to reel you in. They know exactly what they're doing. And they know exactly how to target you. You've got to think to yourself. They use their affiliation to gather intel on you so they know how to present themselves to you to make it seem more believable. This is what they do. And because a lot of people have been falling for it, it kind of like boosts their ego. You understand? It kind of gave them a God complex. They kind of dictate and control how you think and feel and how you act. Yeah. And this is what they don't want the world to know, but the world's in the upright, so they're gonna know. This is why there's people like me here to do exactly that. I was born for this in many lifetimes. Some of you actually come from a bloodline of spiritually gifted individuals. And this is why for some of you, they hid from you your bloodline, not just your bloodline, like they wouldn't tell you, probably say if it was your mum, she wouldn't tell you who your father was. Because she didn't want you to know any of this. But let's be clear. The whole family knew. They always in agreement to keep it hidden from you. Hence why you had to endure certain levels of abuse. The aim was to break your spirit, fragment your soul, to keep you bound and trapped so that they could essentially suck the life out of you. It's exactly what they do. These are like human leeches. This is what they do through life. Nothing they've obtained, they obtain after someone trying to say my throat chakra. Bitch, you gotta take this and stop working. I'm still talking. Yeah. So They're trying to put this all back on the top of the world. They're not going there. They don't belong there. They haven't done the work to get there. They still have to um they still have to work off their own karma. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. Be careful who you associate with, be careful who you assist. Because these people are beautiful liars. They're not sweet dreams, they're beautiful liars, which like to give you heinous nightmares. hmm This is why for some of you, they like to take or borrow items from you. And you're thinking it's an innocent, honest request. It's not. It's so that they can extract some type of energy from it and then attack you with it. Black magic. I didn't even notice that you would go and stay with certain individuals and you'd lose an odd item. You would ask the person about this item and all of a sudden they can't find it. They're lying to you. Yeah, they're lying to you. Somebody will literally lay you to rest because they know you're a star. You see what energy does when you're around the wrong individuals? It causes towers. Do you understand? So this is people that have built things on faulty foundations. So like if they've siphoned your energy and used that to manifest what they want, they're losing everything. This is why some of these individuals now want to be nice or be your friend. I'm telling you, collective is a scam. This is what these people do. They're just big scammers. But yet though, what they steal from others, they will flaunt it like they worked and earned it. And that is far from the truth. They didn't. Hence why Rice is getting towers now, back to back, because that's what he wanted for you. Back to back towers. You see, he was casting your pearls among swine. He was poured into the wrong individuals. Because when you pour love into people, they're meant to reciprocate it. When you think about it, they never did. All they did was take, and then make excuses for why they couldn't reciprocate it. There was always some type of deflective drama. Do you understand? To sidetrack you from calling them out. Do you understand? Like they would deflect. And then you get caught up in that deflection. So whatever you was challenging them about gets thrown to the wayside. Then they believe if they let enough time pass, they can re-enter your life and do the same thing over and over again. For some of you, that's what they've been doing. And because it worked, they continue to do it. It's like they thought you was just a big idiot. A big, naive, gullible fool. And they spoke about this behind your back. Notice how anytime you came around these individuals that are supposed to be for you, supposed to be unconditionally loving towards you, and straight away silence. You can sense it. That's how deep it was. But you say to yourself, maybe I'm just overthinking it. No. That first instinct you got, you were spot on. That's why they're angry at you. Because they knew you saw it from who they truly was. And because they couldn't sway you into believing them again or trusting them again, even letting them back around you, they didn't like that. So the next best thing for them to do was to go around and smear your name. And that's exactly what they did. They were above and beyond for that. And now they must pay the price. Yeah, again, full cards out of confirmation. It's like they wanted you trapped in that cycle of anger and resentment because of what they did to you. So many people even laughed in your face. It's like they were trying to bait you into some form of retaliation just so they could run and then play the victim, or use that to validate the narrative they was pushing against you. Yeah. But you didn't. You tapped into yourself. You tapped into your own gifts. You was guided to. But some of you did. You probably did a lot of research behind the scenes. You did things differently. I kind of was saying things you never did before. But then as time progressed, you understood that it was the right thing to do. See, these people like you doing, resorting back to the same old low vibrational actions when things get hard, because then that's how they obtain. Do you understand? They always wanted you at imbalance, or they wanted to make you feel imbalance to validate their ego and their insecurities and their lack of. I think you see that. Even the ones they may have sprayed are now feeling it for their actions too. Too late to do a cry. We forgive, but I'm not going to forget. It is what it is. They think that if they let a bit of time go past, they can re-enter your existence, and they expect to be welcomed with open arms. That's very delusional. Just because they were too cowardly to speak up, they think that they can just say sorry and things will just go back. Doesn't work like that. Mm-mm. And then what planet these people are living on doesn't work like that. We don't care who you are. Again, they even have your karmic kids out. Some of you have a karmic child or children that they did this to. They manipulated their mind against you. Some of them are apologetic, but they're not speaking out in the group. This is something that they're keeping to themselves. It makes no difference. They should be glad with the fact that we forgive them. But it will never be the same. For us, especially not for them. Period, point blank. Again. Some of you will be meeting, or you already are, in communication with your soul tribe. People you're meant to connect with. Do you understand? People that resonate on the same frequency as you. They don't have to do the same as you, but you have the same type of soul. Whether that be spiritually or physically, that's where you're guided to. Yeah. And this is yielding you your 10 of coins. This is what they didn't want. This is what they've been trying to stop. But they can no longer interfere. Whatever contact they had, they forfeited it. Whatever business they made is null and void again. Yeah. So you've got people out there doing dark magic to try and manipulate their way back. Yeah. They're doing dark magic, and what do they yield from dark magic? They have no forward movement. So there's no new beginning for these people. And they know it too. And that's what they're angry about. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah. They're angry that they was not able to accomplish this because they know what's at stake. They know what they're destined to lose, and they've already lost it. Mm-hmm. For some of you, they even took trips to places to facilitate this way. Well, I'm feeling a bit chilly. Yeah. Somebody's cold-hearted. These are some real cold-hearted individuals. Wada, 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 wada. That was quick. So, I can sense their energy. These are cold-hearted, soulless beings, and they feel no way about their actions. That's one thing. So that should tell you something. Some of these people sold their soul a long time ago. They've just been out here faking it really well. Like I said, they were trying to research you so that they can then produce themselves as someone like you. For some of you, they actually wanted to be you. Hence why they tried to take you out. I just was more attentive camp. Again, this is the King of Swords in the reverse. Narcissistic, demonic, some in devil energy. There's always been in devil energy. They were just very good at hiding it. So they kind of see you as an easy lick. Also, they thought. Mm-hmm. So again, this is the shit being exposed. Everything they've been trying to hide is just literally coming out. It's like the more they try to cover things up or hide things, it's coming out even quicker. So society is seeing how cold-hearted and demonic these individuals actually are. So they was using their words very strategically to hide their deceit. It's unbelievable the shit they've done, the extent they went to. They've done this to people of all ages. Children too. But some of this is why we have children. Either some type of restitution coming or yeah. These people are not getting some of these people are in a relationship, that's why they came for you. They ain't getting that. You've been illuminating this shit. You're about to come into union with your kingdom spouse. Whoever came before that was karmic, and they know it too. Hence why they did the things they did. Some type of deal was struck that they were not able to complete. And that's the real reason behind why some of these people want to reconnect. But yeah, that shit ain't gonna work. Someone took some, look, it says an envelope on there. Yeah. I think that's a dirty deal. And this is why they're in the Five of Queens in reverse. Again, everything they obtained fraudulently, illegally, even probably taking people out.
Have you used legal aid since 2007? You might not know this, but the Ministry of Justice has confirmed that.
Oh, she mentioned legal aid. Yeah, court systems, false reports. So yeah, all these covenant affiliated ties in different organizations that facilitated and assisted these individuals. Yeah, they're getting it too. So many people will never have any type of love life. People are gonna know exactly what they did. It's been illuminated. Yeah. And they know it too. Regardless if they want to accept it or not, it is what it is. They don't have to accept it. They don't have the choice. Yeah. Your energy has been confirmed. High priestess. Some of you are high priestesses, some of you are empresses. You also have these people that are in the reverse. And the reason why they're in the reverse because they obviously took a demonic contract. A demonic contract, my time. To hold this type of position. Not anymore. Deuces. Yeah, the answers are working every time. Some of you, they've been trying to attack you spiritually for a long time. Like I said, they traveled above and beyond globally to facilitate this. And every attempt is backfired. So whilst they're on here stalking your platforms to see if anything they've done has materialized, yeah. The consequences are now sinking in. It's sinking in. This is why these individuals are in like heightened anxiety. They're all over the place, not eating, sleeping. But they're self-medicating a lot. Maybe doing the self-medicating. Yeah. So I'm getting that some people's emotions are all over the place. But to the public, they're still trying to give this perception like, oh, I'm on board. Everything's good. Stop lying. Stop lying. Collective, you're about to celebrate. This has been a long awaited celebration, or a long time coming celebration. I mean, just the fact of you being happy for what these people have been doing is something that needs to be studied. They don't know how you do it. And the funny thing is, now they're getting a taste of what we dished out. They can't handle it. So now they want to be your friend only to find out how you accomplished it. It's not for you to tell anything. You're not obligated to. You're just people nothing. So continue to progress forward with that exact sentiment. People believe that they can play on your heartstrings. Anyone can empower to get out of the tower that they're in. So it's literally like they want to swap out karma I just said, no one can do it like you. Thank you. Yeah, they saw us up at their car. They know they can see greatness is coming. They can see that you are greatness, literally. But that's what they wanted for themselves. They wanted all the achievements by any means necessary, but we do no work to get it. They like robbery. They like robbery. It's literally like, I don't know why I'm seeing this. I don't know why I'm getting this with a conga line of karma. You know that little conga line is like relentless, isn't it? It's like it keeps going round and round. It's literally like they're trapped on a frequency in some type of other consciousness. The action into it and continue to take. Ignoring every signal, ignoring every warning, even ignoring the backfires. So again, it's like making this shot after it was okay when it was laughing and mocking others. Someone puts on the other shoe, they don't like it. Not so much. The only regret is that you found out. They've been trying to silence you for a long time. It could be a boss. Maybe he was the one facilitating this. Someone who visited the boss daddy who was facilitating this. So whoever was having some type of fake karmic love affair, not anymore. That's being destroyed. They know. It's been confirmed you're a queen rising. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, they've watched you, they've listened to you, they've took notes, they've tested you. And you don't have to say a word. Your actions speak volumes. I think you're really pissed because you're uninterested. It's like the more you're uninterested, the more you don't care. It's the more some you people are cooked. Again, it's fake. I tell you exactly what that is. That's all those lust spells come back to bite them in the ass. So again, none of it's genuine energy. No matter how hard they try to verbalize, oh, this is how I really feel. You're the love of my life. I'm heartbroken without you. Please take me back. With one dry tear in their tear duct, not even streaming on their face. And wild first actors. Yeah, I told you. Then I want to kiss ass. Huh? So we have to continue to give them silence. Any response at this point is just gonna fuel and validate their BS. So let them continue fighting themselves. We ain't interested. It's like they're trying to distract or get you off focus. For some of you, this is what they do. They come in and turn shit upside down. And then they lie, cheat, and steal and run off back under their rocks. And then this is someone with no facts at all, just pure gossip. Gossip and lies, all vibes, no receipts, talking nonsense, messy storyteller. Exactly. This is they did their big winner, they did their Oscar winning performance. And Divine is saying, let the shits fall where they may. Just make sure, collective, you stand out the way. Yeah. Let them sit in the energy of their own bad reputation for the actions they took. Nobody forced them. Let me have a gun to their head. They were willing participants. And these are fake ass people that like to get married for material gift, not for love. You know that never ends well, right? This is why they once they do that, or if the person wakes up to it, they try and take you out. And as before that, they make sure they put some type of, maybe even multiple life insurance policies on your head. So they can then claim the wealth once you're gone. So this is what goes on in your own family, unbeknownst to you. So some of these loved ones may not have passed over naturally. He was taken out. But they made sure to make them sick and weak, only to take the spotlight off them. So if they had autopsies done, they would have realized something wasn't right. But because these people was already sick, they would say, oh, there's no need for that. The illness took them. Or they was weak. No. That was done deliberately. So yeah, these are the same people out here being copycats. Steals your idea, duplicates your style, and feeds off your creativity. Who are now facing legal issues again. They stole things that didn't belong to them. Clearly, for some of you, there's a lot of fraud, identity theft, forgery. Some of you may even obtained documents with your information on. So clearly, it has to be family, because family and probably people you was romantically involved with. How else would they know such information? Who all work together to do this, including private and karmic children. Again, using some type of mind manipulation. Now it's wore off, they're gonna come to the realization they fucked up big time. While you continue to share your gifts with the world, raining on their parade. You get a bell for that one. I just hear people ring my bell. The karmic's going to hell. Shit. I don't know where that song came to my head for. That must be the pastor of my loved one, because that was one of their favorite songs they used to play all the time. You know, they used to play the record back to back to back. You could put it on repeat on a record player. Jesus Christ. So then you would see it like it'd be worn out. So then some parts of it would skip because it was played so much. Even if you didn't like it, it's like you subconsciously remembered the words. Weird, isn't it? That was also certain ways how they would kind of like mind control you, if that makes any sense. Yeah, these are people that are trying to run from what they did now. It's too late. They're trying to act like they never had a hand in anything. So, regardless if they're trying to get rid of evidence, Anything you produced, especially in a court of law, will be documented anyway. Do you understand? Whilst we still sit here in calmness, reflecting, yes, but not in a sense of any like worry or concern. We're just reflecting on everything we had to endure and overcome, but still come out of it shining and brighter than ever. And that's what really pisses these people off. They try to dim your light. This is next level of hatefulness and bitterness because they don't want other people to see how bright you shine. Again, it will expose their false narrative because this is how they wanted to be seen. And I'm getting a lot of impersonation. Mhm. You can impersonate however much you like. You can never have someone's essence. Something that comes natural to us, you have to force it and then manipulate things or manipulate energies around you to make them view like this. So that just means that these are just whack ass individuals. Some no swag, whack ass impersonators. Yeah, some whack ass, broke ass impersonators. Maybe these bananas are trying to use some type of stalking your account, trying to like just take snippets of things you say, but then try to manipulate it into looking like something is not. That's what I'm getting. So they could be like taking little snippets that play into that, or they believe play into their narrative, just from things you're saying or things you post, but then they're trying to manipulate it and then present it as something that is not. And then just further exposing yourself. Yeah, the shit is played out. Come on now. Getting people to look you up. So if they will then go and look for themselves. Yeah, these are people, all kinds of substances. This is how they suppress the fact that their ships have sank. This is how they evade reality. But now they can't facilitate it because they have no money to facilitate it. With all the things that they stole, they've got nothing to show for it. So they're losing everything. Everything that was never theirs in the first place. Yeah. Everything that was never theirs in the first place. Yeah, these are people that are having fake love. It's fake love. They say, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. No, they love what they can obtain. That's the way they really have. The fact that they can breadcrumb other people or give them false promises relentlessly and think that's going to continue to fly. Nah. The only people you can do that to is low vibrational people like yourself that have no energy, they have no essence because they survive by sucking up other people. And then I'll come to the realization of it. Let me go get the kipper. These are individuals that only because shit's going wrong for them that they want to be nice. So let them stand on their decisions they made. We don't need their fake friendship and we don't want it either. We don't need their false praise either. I get some confirmation that the kid for that. I get some confirmation that the kid for that. Yeah. So you've got someone out there faking that they're the privileged lady, so they're faking that they are the earth angel. I don't know. So that tells me they're probably trying to another destiny swap over this last news cycle. You got a message of concern about maybe some unexpected income that they was expecting or that they stole. They ain't getting it. They're going into poverty. Yeah. They've received the message, this is in reverse. So maybe you should receive some type of information or message or letter that these people either stole or blocked. Yeah, let's just put them in bad health. They're kind of reaping their karma. That they may now want to rectify a situation. It is what it is. Yeah. I'm kind of getting two situations. I'm getting, they made you their occupation. They may destroy you their occupation. But on the flip side of it, they also wanted you working your finger to your bones with no rewards. What else? Yeah. This is someone older. Told you. These people are old as shit. This is someone that may have been, yeah, attacking me for your gift. Or attacking me to steal your gift. But they've been stealing anyway, so what difference is it now? You can't give them more clarity. Stand up there from today. Point blank period. It's like they're eating up about who's going to give the message or who's going. They don't want to do shit. Yeah. So something's gone against them. So they know whatever lifestyle they was living is now changing. It's about to change or has already changed. So whatever this great fortune is that they were trying to either stole or trying to steal, they're not getting it. So we're trying to get you out of the way. That was their way of either keeping something or them not being held accountable for what they've been doing. And they come to the realization that they failed again. Yeah, they're in deep thoughts. For some of you, they wanted you stuck in some type of mental torture. They wanted you in your head. They know what they've done. For some of you, this is the energy that they've been projecting on you. So at some point, you may have been not stuck in your head, but you may have been in your head about all this stuff that you had to endure that was unjustified. You didn't deserve it. These people didn't care. As long as you were stuck in that mental cycle, they was reaping the rewards of what was destined and what was due to you.
If you were born before
And that was fine
1979,
when
may
that was
I
happening.
ask you something?
They didn't care
Have
about
you ever felt
turning a
like
child
no matter
against you.
what
They didn't care about trying to
life
take
just
out your
keeps
kids.
pushing you back?
They didn't care about trying to
You
disrespect
try, you give so
with no
much,
gifted
you
kids.
stay strong for everyone.
So now that it's backfired, why should we care about what you're going through? It is what it is. It's like they're trying to, I don't know, draw up some type of scheme or plot how they can deceive you again or backstab you again. And you know that's gonna work. No doubt it's gonna work. But you know that. But because of their ego and whatever entities is driving their vessel, they have no control. Because they're being controlled. But they was a willing participant collective. Don't forget that. They was a willing participant. Yeah, it was all designed to stop your pathway, block your pathway, steer you from your pathway, so they can get you out of the way and walk in it. And that has come to an end. So whatever they benefited from, they should have done something good with it. They didn't. They squandered it and frittered through it. They spent it recklessly, and now they must pay the price. And I can tell you this, collective, it ain't nice. Yeah. So this either tells me that this is people that should have shown you love. It could have been people you used to love, but people that should have shown you love, definitely. Excuse me, do you understand? And it could also mean there's ex-lovers involved, heavily involved. I probably don't want you to know, don't think you know they're involved. Some of you, this is why some of these individuals have children with you. Not out of love. Not because they want to start a family. They just want to get their claws into your spiritual abundance, your spiritual inheritance. And that's being exposed. Anything else for this confirmation? Yeah. It's all going down in the courthouse. The case has already been made. Or it's gonna be made. Because it can be past, present, or future. Do you understand? You know how it resonates, you know stories to put it where it needs to go. And you're closing out part of the collective stuff. Anything else my collective needs to know? Good part of it. Yeah. Again. So, yeah. Now they want to be concerned. They're concerned the fact that you're on your own journey. And you don't care about who wants to assist you, who supports you. These people have never meant to be with you anyway. Do you understand? So it's not a loss, it's a gain. Because I get it, these people cannot come where you're going. Do you understand? That's not what was destined for them. They're destined for their own path at a point blank period. So be mindful of people trying to creep back around you. A lot of them are already on your platforms anyway, stalking from fake accounts, trying to see fake love. Do you understand? By not moving in the right way. That's why I say action speaks louder than words, and there's no action behind it because the words are empty and meaningless. It's all just to fake support. When you know forward, they never supported you in the first place. You understand? He was always downplayed, overlooked. And because you wouldn't give up, they wanted to persecute you for it. That's like what they did. They tried to persecute you for it. They did it so much that they manifested it into their own existence. And they deserve every inch of it. They think we're cold-hearted now? Hold on a minute. How about the cold-hearted you've been sharing for years? Hiding behind fake smiles. Oh, your dirty deeds are on display. Yeah, for the world to see. That's it and that's all. Nothing more, nothing less. So now I need to go and eat something. So not eaten yet. So I like to fast. That way you get a better connection. You can't really pull energy on a full belly. That's another thing that was what to do as well to keep you out of alignment. Made you overeat or like be gluttonous in some way, shape, or form. And even that's backfired now. So whoever was doing that is now in your existence. So some of these people may be struggling with like weight or overeating or over drinking, not looking after themselves. It is what it is. And it's by their own hands, so it's self-inflicted, guys. But pray for them. Pray for them. And they need to ask God for forgiveness, not us. Do you understand? We really gave those burdens to the Creator, so now they can reap what they sow. Rightfully so. But there's no, I think they would feel happier if we harbor some type of hatred or resentment for what they did. And what's the point? See, this shows you, yeah, that they have no concept. They have no heart. Because when you think about, you may have experienced that when you was harboring resentment, you had every right to. Do you understand? It was the fact that you didn't grow from it or you chose to stay stagnant in that mindset because you never got no closure or no apology. But God apologized for you. Do you understand? So once you're able to let it go, this is when the world started to fall apart and they knew it. Hence why they would do things to try and reactivate those traumas, knowing full well what they did. So those who knew what was going on and chose to turn a blind eye, whether they was obtaining something from it or not, they knew it was wrong. The fact that you turned a blind eye doesn't exempt you from accountability or judgment. Let me make that very clear. So it is what it is. We wish them all the best. We leave them with love and light. And we pray for their soul. And we still don't wish what they did onto them. Because we understand how universal law works. We also know that they were using us as a shield to evade karma for what they did. That's the real reason why they want to reconnect with you, collective. Don't have it. Do you understand? This is your time now to live your best life. Do you understand? Why they can exist, if they choose to exist in the karma that they manifested into their existence. That's got nothing to do with you. And we don't accept that at all. You made your bed, you can lie in it. You know? The fact that we learn to forgive and let it go speaks volumes, you know? So these people clearly have a lot of work to do because they're holding hatred and resentment unjustified. Is misdirected anger just from us being who we are naturally. Makes no sense. And I will never accept that. Period. I don't care who you are or what you think you're capable of. The fact that you have to do things in groups behind someone's back just proves you're a coward and you're weak and you have no place in a collective's lives at all. Period. And with that being said, I'm gonna get going. Okay? The people on there talking gibberish. Why do you like to try and distract people from what they're doing?